Congratulations, you sold your condo firm. It's closing day. Here are the next few steps you should do, so stay tuned for Prime Properties TV. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to episode 008 of Prime Properties TV. I'm so glad you could join us. In this episode, we're talking about things to do for your closing and before your closing day. So glad you could join us. Now, first thing I want to say is congratulations. You've made it this far, which means you have a firm deal, which means all conditions have been waived and your transaction is likely going to go through, okay? So these are the few steps I recommend you take care of before the closing day, okay? Step number one. Book your elevators. You have no idea how crazy this sounds, but book them early. Especially if your closing day lands on the first or the last of a month, which sometimes it does, and if it lands on an August or September month. Because you know what, there's a lot of people moving, and just so you guys know, there's likely only one moving elevator or service elevator, which is the larger one with 2 doors with the padding for furniture, and there's only one of them, and they always get booked up really fast. So you don't want to actually get stranded without an elevator on your closing day, okay? Now, there's two things you should keep in mind of. When you are moving with the elevator, you have 4 to 6 hours usually for your move. And what that means is you shouldn't be packing within those 4 to 6 hours. Make sure you have all your boxes packed up, taped up and everything and ready to go, and move your big furniture pieces into your truck. And the second thing you want to keep in mind is if you decide to move on a Sunday or a holiday, which your closing day won't land on likely, but if you do want to move on those, make sure you can actually book an elevator in your building. I know some buildings do not actually allow for Sunday elevator times nor holiday elevator times. I had a client who was on a Sunday Labor Day and it was just brutal. So make sure you just double check for that and don't leave it to the last minute, okay? Step number 2, inform your utilities company. Why you want to do that? Let me give you an example. If on the last 10-20 days you didn't really use your utilities much and you kept your unit empty, you forgot to pay it. But this $20 utility bill, it stays under your name with the utility company and they want their money, $24, whatever, but they will put you through collections and it will be a pain for you to call in and deal with the collections bureau to get that off your record. So a simple phone call will suffice just to let them know that you will be no longer the owner of the unit as of that closing date. Step number 3, okay? Let your property manager know. Exact same reason as the utilities. You want to let them know that you're moving out so you're not responsible for anything. And the second thing is they can stop the PAD or pre-authorized debit of your maintenance fees, okay? The reason why I don't do that is it's always easy to take money in your account and you have no idea how difficult it is for some property managements to issue a refund, okay? So make sure you let them know so that they stop any pre-authorized amount, okay? Step number 4, you want to cancel your home insurance. Now, when I say cancel after your closing day. You want to be covered for the pre-closing day and during the closing day in case of any emergencies, okay? Now, if you're going to transfer over, just make sure to let them know. Or if you're going to leave your unit vacant for more than 30 days, also let your insurance know so that it is going to be up because you want to be covered just in case of any emergencies, okay? Step number 5, this is the lawyers. When you go to the lawyers will call you, they're going to do the final closing. What you're going to want to bring is all the documents required for closing and an extra set of keys because your lawyer will give that set of keys to the buyer's lawyers on closing day. Now, in addition to that, what the lawyer is also going to do, other than transfer the deed or the title of their unit, they're actually going to do something we call adjustments. Now, what these adjustments are is if you pay for any taxes up to a certain date, like prepaid or maintenance fees or utilities or whatever, they're going to adjust it into the closing costs so that they know what funds to transfer. And those are the 5 things they'll likely have to do before you close. Now, here's a bonus tip. I always tell my sellers if you're feeling nice and you enjoy the transaction, write a written note to your buyer saying, hey, you know what, thank you for buying my unit and welcome to your new home. Because you know what, it just makes them feel welcome when they come in. If you learned something in this video or you simply just enjoyed watching it, make sure you press the like button down here and subscribe to PrimePropertiesTO. If you have any questions, you can email me directly or leave them in the comment section below and our team is more than happy to answer them for you. Now remember, make sure you share this with your family and friends because you know what? An educated consumer is the best consumer. I'll see you next time, Toronto.